that video, guys. Today we'll be going ahead and breaking down these two iPads on the screen here because I'm going to tell you which one you should be picking up. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So yes, we have the 12.9-inch iPad Pro and the iPad Pro 11-inch on the screen right here. I've used both these for around 2 weeks now, and I will tell you one thing: I have taken them everywhere possible, so I have tested them in every way possible too. Now, I will come back to say right now, because if you see my previous videos, you know I've talked many times about the durability of these iPads. The reason why I did not pick up these iPads for so long was because of the durability issues. Of course, they are very bendable, and if you are picking them up, I do recommend putting some kind of case on them, whether it's an out-of-box or some case in general, because as you guys can see on the screen right now, they are naked, and I absolutely hate it when they are naked. So what are the differences between the two models on the screen? Well, first off, the 11-inch does come in at $799, while the iPad 12.9-inch comes in at $1,099. Next big difference, of course, has to be the size. We have a 12.9-inch display versus an 11-inch display. Surprisingly enough, though, the weight of the two aren't really that much different. The 11-inch does come in at 1.03 pounds, while the 12.9-inch comes at 1.5 pounds. They both offer the same exact colors, which is space gray and silver, and for the displays, for the most part, are actually very similar. They both do offer liquid retina. They also offer ProMotion, which of course, as you guys know, 120 hertz on both of these displays, and of course True Tone. Now the real difference comes, of course, when it comes to the brightness levels. The 11-inch comes in at a brightness nits of 600 nit brightness, while the 12.9 comes in at 1000 to 1600 nit of brightness. So a total of 4 to 1000 more nits of brightness on the 12.9-inch than you get in the 11-inch, and that's why a lot of people are going more toward, of course, the 11-inch, the 12.9-inch, because of that extra screen ratio and of course the extra brightness with that. Of course, both these do have the M1 chip. They're also offering the same exact storage options: 128 gigabyte, 256, 512, 1 terabyte, and 2 terabytes. They both do use facial ID as their recognitions. They have the exact same cameras and sensors. They have a 12 megapixel camera, f1.8 wide. They have a 10 megapixel ultra wide, and they have a LiDAR scanner. The front cameras are the same on both of these. They are 12 megapixel f2.4s, and of course they offer the same exact wireless features. So which one should you pick up? Which one is better? After my testing, after using both of these for 2 weeks now, which one is actually better? My personal opinion, right? And this is how I break them down. The 12.9-inch is a workhorse. It's a work device. If you are picking up a 12.9-inch, you're not picking it up just to have fun and have around the house and mess around with it. You simply cannot use this device in that category. It's too big to handle walking around with. It's too busy. There's too many things going on at once on that gigantic display. This is the device I use for my video editing. So when I'm editing my videos, I will pull out the 12.9-inch. I'll put a little magic keyboard on it, and I'll start using it in that way. The 11-inch I use for everything else: gaming, watching media, surfing Twitter, going ahead and looking on YouTube. Everything I do media wise, gaming wise, is on the 11-inch. And the reason why is because I can actually hold the 11-inch and it's not too big for my hands, while the 12.9-inch is very much that exact issue. Now, I'm not saying you can't game on the 12.9-inch or you shouldn't. You could definitely do so. I just personally don't. And I'll be honest, every time I use 12.9-inch, I have a keyboard and a mouse ready to go right in front of that 12.9-inch display so I can fully maximize using it. I just don't see the 12.9-inch as a daily, gaming device. Now, obviously, they both have the M1 chip. Obviously, they're both very, very fast. Now, I will say, if you are picking these up because of one M1 chip, these, based on testing I have seen and based on testing I've done, these are somewhat capped, or I guess I won't say handicapped, but they are somewhat capped when it comes to, or throttled when it comes to the maximum performance because of, obviously, what's it called, iPad OS. You can't fully get the max amount of the M1 chip like you could have a Mac Mini. It's the same concept if you are having, if for example, you have a PC and you have a 3090 and you have an i5 in there. You're not going to be able to get the 3090 full performance because the CPU chip is actually throttling it. But talking about some benchmarks and how fast these actually are, the M1 chip, the 12.9 inch, obviously both these M1 chip, it actually blows out of the water of the 2020 iPad Pro and the iPad Air. It's coming in at 21,257 versus 12,000 of the last generation models. So if you're picking this up, you're getting that M1 power, you're getting that M1 craziness, and comparing it to the A15 the A15 chip, A14 chip, whatever chip iPad you're looking at, I'm telling you right now, these bad boys will blow those ones out of the water. They do go ahead and come in with a decent price tag. That's the only thing I will say that does definitely hinder a little bit when it comes to picking them up, is that price tag. But if you want to pay that price tag, I definitely would recommend picking up either of these. I do have an iPad mini right here on the screen, and this is, of course, you know, how far back I actually have not bought an iPad for, and it's really just the idea of these bending. So if you can get over that, definitely recommend picking them up, guys. Tell me down below your thoughts and opinions, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.